Good morning. It's Thursday, October 22, and time for your Barbados Today morning news update. When Jamaica company Chukka Caribbean Adventures takes over the management of Harrison's Cave in the next 2 months, some workers will be without jobs. This was confirmed by Acting General Secretary of the National Union of Public Workers, Delcia Burke, who told Barbados Today that while the union was informed some workers would get back their jobs, some posts will be abolished. Her comments follows yesterday's announcements by Caves of Barbados Limited that the island's premier attraction will be managed by Chukka Caribbean Adventures from December 1, 2020. CBL confirmed that Chukka, Jamaica's largest nature adventure tour operator, was chosen from 4 bids. She assured that the NUPW will be helping affected workers. Construction on the new Accident and Emergency Department at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital is on course to be completed by mid-February next year. Word of this has come from the hospital's executive chairman, Juliet Bino Sutherland.
We have a project manager and we have a project schedule, so we are, at this point, we would be about 75% there. I would give that as a percentage, but we're moving according to all of the tenders have been awarded, work have actually come out of the ground. And steel work and block work has started, so it is well advanced.
Bino Sutherland also disclosed that the QEH is about to benefit from a $30 million donation of equipment.
We have benefited this financial year from a contribution or offer of $30 million in equipment, of which $18.8 million is in the process of arriving here at the facility, and Lynn Marie will soon be putting out notification to you on all of the equipment that has come in to date.
The Ministry of Finance, Ryan Strong, serves notice that a rigorous regulatory framework is coming for the financial sector. Speaking at the official naming of the Cooperators General Insurance Company Limited building in Colomaroc, St. Michael last night, he said the insurance and financial services sector will face greater oversight through the tightening of legislation to focus on more risk-based assessment. At the same time, he announced that peer-to-peer lending and crowdfunding could soon become the norm in Barbados as government continues to provide an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. Strong stress it's important for government to ensure proper rules and regulations are in place to thwart the spread of corruption and hold people accountable for their actions, and he's urging the private sector to do the same.
This is especially critical as we tackle head-on the issues related to anti-money laundering, combating the financing of terrorism and the associated challenges in terms of correspondent banking, and considering the challenges currently being faced by Barbados in respect to the recent rulings by the European Union with respect to Barbados' inclusion on a list of non-cooperative jurisdictions for tax purposes.
Minister Strong explained that the Financial Services Commission will be focused on assessing the degree of risk in the business operation of companies and determine how to reduce the risk as required.
You will be constantly monitored, both for compliance with the rules as well as the approach to risk management. Therefore, the monitoring of entities will be paramount, and a failure to comply or manage well will be noted and the necessary action taken to deal with any concerns according to the appropriate legislation. Therefore, the adoption of risk-based supervision facilitates the detection of risk on time, thus allowing you to concentrate on high-risk areas leading to increased transparency as well as accountability and hence enhancement of the financial performance.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news, the Bahamas government is considering the legalization of the marijuana industry to help boost the economy. Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis made the revelation on Wednesday as he presented the report prepared by the Economic Recovery Task Force. The group contends it could yield big benefits for the country.
In an effort to possibly provide a crutch for the country's ailing economy, government is looking to decriminalize the use of marijuana. It's just one of the recommendations made by the Economic Recovery Task Force. The document laid in Parliament by Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis, who says the committee proposes that the venture could provide a much-needed shot to improve the country's economic situation.
The Economic Recovery Committee, ERC, has recommended the full legalization of marijuana for medicinal, religious, and recreational purposes, coupled with an appropriate but nimble regulatory regime that oversees the production and manufacturing, sale, consumption, and export of marijuana.
The recommendation coming as no surprise to government, though, as the Marijuana Commission made the same assertion in January of this year.
The global legal cannabis market is already in the billions of dollars, with significant projected growth in the years to come. We are reviewing the possible legalization of a hemp industry.
On the international front, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control warns that COVID-19 cases in the United States are rising, and it is pinning its hope on the introduction of a vaccine by year-end.
Top officials at the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention stressed on Wednesday that the coronavirus pandemic is far from over, and the CDC's Deputy Director for Infectious Diseases, Jay Butler, said the outbreak has been worsening as cold weather pushes Americans indoors.
Unfortunately, we're seeing a distressing trend here in the United States with COVID-19 cases increasing in nearly 75% of the country. I recognize that we are all getting tired of the impact that COVID-19 has had on our lives. We get tired of wearing masks, but it continues to be as important as it's ever been, and I would say it's more important than ever as we move into the fall season.
CDC Director Robert Redfield said he was optimistic that 1 or 2 vaccines, likely from Pfizer or Moderna, will be available by the end of the year.
But we're not quite there yet.
Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar was more upbeat about the prospects of a vaccine being available to inoculate the most vulnerable Americans before the end of 2020.
There is hope on the way in the form of safe and effective vaccines in a matter of weeks or months.
Azar said he expects all seniors, healthcare workers, and first responders will be able to receive a vaccine as soon as January, with the rest of the American public able to get a vaccine by April.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.